Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We're in merry old London town.
We are in merry old London. Yes.
I'm making tea for us here.
Yes, we're having
Do
tea
you
time.
do you want sugar? Milk?
Oh, yes, please, darling. I would
course.
love that. Thank you very much. Yes.
Milk?
These dreadful tea bags.
Yes, these dreadful tea bags us Americans tend to favor.
Yes.
You want the whole thing of milk?
Of course,
Oh,
please.
of
Thank you.
course. And then we're going to put the sugar in there. We have had such an incredible day today.
I think we have. I think we have had an incredible day. Did you get a chance to show everybody? Well, excuse me. Allergies are, oops,
Yeah.
disconnecting from my air.
Looks like your mic was unplugged. How did?
Oh, well, that because it was picking up sound on here, but I think we are absolutely fine now.
Are we fine? Are we recording?
I believe we are, darling. I believe we are. And let's check the audio.
We better check this. Yes.
Yes. Oh, audio is
Are
good.
we going to start from the beginning, or is that going to be funky?
I think that these people know me as well enough that they really are completely okay with it. They're in my bedroom. They're in my head.
Yeah.
They've seen me puking. I mean,
Yes.
with vestibular migraine. Oh, should we tell them the good news about my vestibular
Please
migraine
do.
problem?
It's incredible news.
It's
happy news.
Yes. Oh, that tea looks lovely, by the way.
Yes. Did I do it to your liking?
You did it to my liking.
I'm about to put milk and sugar in mine. I'm putting brown sugar in my tea.
Oh, that's lovely.
It is lovely,
You need
isn't
a
it?
bit of a stir. Please
of
pass the
course.
stir. Yes, thank you.
There you
My
are.
goodness, you host a lovely tea.
Why, thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's hardly.
I'm in his hotel room.
Yeah.
I mean, tell them what we had for dinner.
What we had for dinner, we had exquisite Italian
Handmade
lasagna. Yes, handcrafted lasagna. I love that term. Handcrafted, and a lovely salad.
It took a while they make it by hand, so it takes. You have to be patient when you're having really.
It's not fast food by any means, but so far we've had a lovely day of eating. Oddly enough, didn't you say we were at Eton and we were eating all day today?
Yeah, so our first, we have just completed our first day in London, which was absolutely lovely. And do you want to tell people where we went to first?
Well, it was this morning. We were having a fabulous breakfast here at the hotel, which we were very delighted with. And Whimsy said, "Have you ever been to Windsor Castle?" And I said, "I didn't even think about Windsor. I've always wanted to go. And I always wanted to visit where Queen Elizabeth is buried, or where she's interred, I should say." So we went there. Exquisite little village.
We saw the changing of the guards.
Yes, we did. We saw the changing of the guards. Whimsy will be posting some videos later.
Can they see that?
I don't know if they can or not, but we'll be posting some videos. And
Oh, well.
Oh, you're saying all
You're gonna like it.
You're gonna like it. We got some really good footage.
I'm still thinking they could. I mean, the film is. You know what I think also?
What?
I think we've got this on setting so that the background, the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get rid of the mirror, and we have to upgrade this to like a high definition 720.
Okay. Still go ahead, or do we need to start over?
Oh, I think we're fine.
Okay.
Please net recorded settings are disabled while live.
Being picked up on every little nuance and mistake we're making right now.
I think that people just want to see us.
I think people do too.
Yes, but here is.
Yeah. I think when you hold it back, it's more in focus.
Yeah. Actually.
Well, actually, no, it's not. Okay, let's.
Oh, I don't think they can see anything.
Well, I don't know. I saw it in focus for a second there.
Oh, you did?
I did. Well, that's closer to it. Maybe we held it between our heads because our heads are in focus.
Well, I think that the main thing to tell people is that we went to Windsor Castle, and the timing could not have been more perfect.
Oh, yeah, we got there. What about 10 a.m. or so?
Yeah. By the way, we're having a really big day tomorrow.
Yeah,
too.
Huge. We get a good night's sleep tonight.
Yeah. So we went to Windsor Castle, and when we got there, able to see the changing of the guards.
Oh, that was
Well, you know
fun.
what? The changing of the guard
Okay.
through everyone bought us lunch. We
Thank-
will talk about that too,
We are.
because you guys have been feeding us extremely well.
Yes, you have. I'm going to come home 20 pounds heavier.
But don't you think it's a good thing?
Oh, it's a good thing.
All right, let's see here. Where
Okay,
did
get going.
I'm trying to? I just lost us, but.
She just lost us. How did you do that?
Well, I meant. Well, oops, no,
Yeah.
that's not it.
Invite guests to the studio. You mean you want a third wheel here? No.
How do we do this usually?
I don't know. Usually I don't go through all this.
I think this is it. Share. No, that's not it.
Oh, folks, well, why don't we just tell people we're jet lagged and we've had a
Are
long
we jet
day?
lagged though?
Truthfully, no.
All right.
It's something to blame all this erratic.
This
behavior on.
outside, what you're looking at is Windsor Castle, and
Yes.
we were lucky enough to see the changing of the guards, which I think was rather exciting. Don't you
Yes,
agree?
we got there just in time for it.
Okay, my question: have you ever seen the changing of the guards before?
Buckingham Palace, I have, but
Okay.
not here.
Let's give it a whirl, shall we?
Let's give it a whirl.
Cheerio, and a cup of tea.
Cheerio. Tea time.
Here they come out of Windsor Castle. Yes.
Oh dear, look at that twist.
This is,
Oh,
that's my film footage.
Yeah.
You've got some film footage too.
yes, I do.
Yes. Now this tradition goes back how many hundreds of years?
That's a good question. We should look that up.
You know-
Doesn't Windsor Castle go back to the 1100s?
Yeah, and it's an interesting history too. But we were also able to see the grass where Princess Diana, outside St. George's Cathedral, where the beautiful, may she rest in peace, Lady Diana,
Yes.
she was able to take pictures of her husband and herself on the ground
Yes.
outside of St. George, and that was lovely as well.
And you were surprised at how small. Well,
There's the grass on the right.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
it. That's it.
you were surprised how
Got a shot of it.
small the area was.
You can see to the right here, this is the grassy area. There's two sides where Princess Diana and Charles were posed with their children.
Yeah.
You can see it over here. I didn't get enough of the lawn. But that's all right.
But you speculated that perhaps this was before it was open to the public. When those pictures were
Well, they
taken.
must have let the press come in to take those pictures. But yeah, those were the pictures taken outside St. George.
Unless it was just one professional photographer.
Oh, that's the background that we were wondering about.
Yes.
They were facing this way. That's the background.
Yes,
Now I get
There's
it.
that, I guess you would call it a filigree. I found that very beautiful.
Yeah.
Subtle and beautiful.
I mean, what can you say about the beauty of Windsor, of the actual city of Windsor?
I found it a very quaint village. Even if the castle hadn't been there, I would have been very happy just spending a day there, walking around, looking in the shops, having lunch. We stopped off and had tea.
And our tickets are good for a year, so we could go back tomorrow.
We could.
But we're actually going to the Tower
To the
and Parliament tomorrow.
bloody Tower of London,
Mhm.
right, Helen?
Yeah, we are.
Parliament. The one thing I was disappointed at, there's this huge exhibit on Queen Elizabeth in honor of her 100th birthday, an exhibition of her gowns, her clothes, even things like her wedding dress. But you can't get tickets. It's sold out
Yeah,
through the
we
end of
found that.
July. And I really wanted to see that. Now you did too.
Very much so, yeah.
We got lucky with Windsor because didn't you hear the tickets were sold out?
Yeah, online tickets, but come as you come in.
Just to show up,
Yeah,
we
so
were
I asked
lucky.
Grok, and Grok was like, "You'll get in."
We got in easily.
Thank God for artificial intelligence.
Yes.
But yeah, it was beautiful. Highlights, what would you say for those people who can't visit Windsor
Oh,
Castle? I think what you just saw was pretty amazing, being
yeah.
able to just be there at the right time
But
to see the changing of the
for
guards.
me, St. George is a cathedral
Mhm.
or chapel.
Oh, that's right.
Do they call it a chapel or a cathedral, even though it's the size of a cathedral? But it is amazing. Just the majesty, the grandeur, the majesty. It was very moving to be in there. I was disappointed because they didn't allow photography, but as Whimsy pointed out, it was done. That's a condition to out of respect because it is sacred space, and they just don't want people acting like tourists with their phones, snapping pictures and taking videos. But I'd like to have had a picture of Queen Elizabeth's grave, but there are enough of those on the internet. We got to experience
Why
it.
was Queen Elizabeth buried at St. George's?
I know that Windsor Castle was a place she was extremely fond of. She enjoyed that much more than Buckingham Palace. I've read, was it Balmoral was actually her favorite of all.
Mhm.
And I even read somewhere that she purposely went to Balmoral because she wanted to die there.
Did she die at Balmoral?
Yes. Yes, she died in Scotland and then had to be taken down to London. I've heard that.
Oh, wow.
But she was extremely fond of Windsor, and that's probably because it is just outside of London. Or is it technically still in London?
That is a really good question.
Yeah, but it's close enough to London, you know.
Mhm.
And of course, Prince Philip is interred there. Her mother and father are there. They're all together in the same location. I wanted to see it very much, and I wanted to stand there for a few minutes and just reflect, but they kept the crowds moving. You weren't allowed more than maybe 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit for those, because since we didn't really have a chance to,
Oh, that's a good picture.
yeah, I'm sending it for them so they can
Okay.
see it. But can you talk to them about who's all buried at the cathedral?
I was surprised to see Henry VIII and Jane Seymour.
They were buried together.
Yes.
Yeah, she was the third wife of King Henry
Was she?
VIII. Yes.
Then I wonder why she was given the honor of being buried with him.
Well, she
Out of the
was
6
she was the
wives.
dutiful queen. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
None's will but his own.
Yeah.
She had no will but his will.
Mhm.
And so, which is exactly what a king wants to hear. A king wants to hear
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
I'm trying to send this one over, but
Yeah. And Prince Albert is buried there. I always assumed he would have been buried beside Victoria, but she must be
at
in
Westminster.
Westminster.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But there was some, let's see, in Queen Mary right there.
Yeah, and I believe that Queen Mary is Charlotte's daughter. Is that correct? Who died in childbirth?
I think so. I could be wrong on that.
It's rather sad.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully. For some reason, I'm having trouble with this airdrop. I was going to show them the early.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
There we go. You drop.
So we're trying to do you as much as we can.
Yeah. This is a rarity because usually it's split screen. You're in Portland. I'm in LA. This is a rare chance. Got us together.
So listen, Chuck, did you feel any of the spirits of any? You know what? I have to be honest with you. I didn't necessarily feel that the spirit was there of any of the people who had passed.
Truthfully didn't feel anything either.
I feel like the great souls, they go straight up,
Well, many times when I go to cemeteries, I don't feel the souls because, as you said, they're not there. It's just the physical remains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they definitely move on.
Yeah, I didn't get the impression that Elizabeth was hanging out there.
No,
yeah.
No, she's gone on to better places.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the week she died, Loretta Lynn also died. I saw a cartoon where it showed the two of them wearing angel wings and walking through the clouds. And Queen Elizabeth was saying, well, I was the queen of a country. And Loretta Lynn said, well, I was the queen of country.
Here is a little something of the village of Windsor. This is where the princes used to hang out in the pubs and get into naughty trouble.
Naughty trouble.
Are you having fun, Whimsy?
I'm having a blast. Are you having a blast?
It's incredible. It's really sinking in now. We're here. We're actually here.
I think we need to show the audience just where we are.
Yes. Okay. So we are going to follow the camera here and not get.
And
Dizzy?
what is the name of the village we're currently at?
We are in Windsor.
Windsor Castle is just up the hill, isn't
Yes.
that right?
Just up that direction there.
That's true. And who's buried there that we want to
Queen
see?
Elizabeth.
I'm excited.
Yes. Queen Elizabeth. John Silla. Her mother and father.
So
Hopefully we can get in.
oh, we'll get it. But my question is, do you think that it's haunted?
Rumor has it.
Oh,
Rumor has
dear.
it is haunted.
Now, is Frogmore at Windsor? Is Frogmore Windsor?
Yes, it is.
We
if I
didn't
recall.
look at
Oh
Frogmore.
dear. Well,
Yes,
we look through the gate.
Frogmore. We
Through
must
the gate.
go to Frogmore.
Well, thank you everyone
Thank
who has
you.
decided to support this channel, who's donated to the
We are
channel
very grateful.
as we explore haunted England, haunted Wales. Yes, and we may take a side trip over to Rome. Yeah, but Chucky Poo has not gotten me drunk yet.
Oh, that's later today.
That's later today.
Later. We got to get caught up on that.
Yeah, he knows it only takes 2 tablespoons with me. But we will probably be in Rome sometime next week. We'll be in Rome for about 4 or 5 days. Hopefully,
Yes.
we'll do a day trip of Florence as well.
We would have to leave
Join
from
us as we
Manchester.
explore haunted England, and we appreciate the loves and support allowing this vacation to
We're
happen.
very grateful.
Very
Thank
grateful
you.
to all of you who
Thank you,
donated.
everybody.
We send you a kiss from beautiful Windsor Castle, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, I must confess that we look absolutely stunning.
Well, darling.
Darling, absolutely stunning. We look, see, England is good for us.
Jet lag becomes us. Though we're not jet lag. We were both
We are
talking
not
about
jet
that.
lag, no.
No.
What's the other amazing thing about coming here? I can think of several things, but
Mm.
well, first on my list is no politics.
Yes, we were talking about that during dinner. It'd be nice to just move away from all the yucky politics and yucky news and just talk about things that are positive and uplifting, like our trip to England right
Yeah,
now.
and I think that just politics is a really low vibration.
Yes, it is. Definitely.
Yeah. You know what's really going to redeem humanity?
What is that?
When each of us do what's called a human revolution. This is something that Buddhists talk about. The way to salvation is human revolution.
Okay.
That if we all do a human revolution, the world becomes a much different place. Rather than pointing the finger and saying, he's screwing up and she's screwing up and they're screwing up, what if we all went inward and did some internal revolution?
Yeah.
What am I doing at this moment to help other people become happy?
Sure. It all starts with us. Well, I'm thinking of that. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Where's that from?
I don't know where that's from, but I've always loved that saying. You know,
That is a very good.
It
yeah.
is. It all starts with us individually, and then the world starts to mirror that back.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's really true.
Yeah.
You know, in modern Buddhism, there's this idea of karma, and karma, in a modern Buddhist perspective, is your internal facets, the things that trigger you, the things that push your buttons.
Mhm.
And when you work with becoming a better human being through meditation, chanting, etc.,
Mhm.
it changes your facets. It changes the fundamental nature of who you are, and it helps you break away from previous karma.
Mhm.
Just because you've done this internal
Mhm.
work.
It's like you're changing things going back generations, even.
Mhm. And I think that being here, I'm noticing just how nice everybody is.
The people are wonderful. I've been to England. You've been 10 times. This is only my 5th trip, but it's been many years. I haven't been here since 1999, but I have noticed everybody is so kind, thoughtful, smiling, helpful. We've been given a lot of
And
hospitality.
they want to know if we voted for Trump.
Oh, we were asked that. And we were like, well, no. Just kidding. No.
People that vote for Trump, they have the largest percentage of people that Democrats are more likely to have a passport than
I
Republicans.
believe that.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think the people that voted for Trump are less likely to have a passport than the people who voted for Harris? This is the fact.
Yeah. Well, I know we're getting into perhaps some stereotypes here, but traditionally these are the people who tend to be less educated.
The poorest of the poor.
Yeah, the poorest of the poor, the less educated. We both know that going out into the world, to use a cliche, broadens our horizons. We think different. Because when you experience people, you experience places, you experience cultures, it does make you a more rounded out person. And many of these people never leave their communities. Again, I apologize for stereotypes, but when you say these are people who don't travel much, don't leave their communities, tend to not be educated, tend to be just set in their ways and stagnant.
Mm-hmm. I did pick up energetically some stuff at Windsor, and we can share that a little bit.
What'd you pick up?
I felt as I went through Windsor and I saw the various mausoleums, the places where people were buried,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like everybody there was in prison. Their entire life had been a prison.
That's a good point.
I felt like everybody there, they couldn't breathe, or you felt energetic. If there was any ghost remaining, the astral energy that remained when you went to, was Queen Charlotte buried there?
I don't remember. I think you said you saw Queen Charlotte.
I think, yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, but what was sad about it is I felt when I went into the energy that everyone was trapped.
Which they were. If you were part of the monarchy, you were definitely trapped.
I mean, you cannot be a monarch and be truly happy.
No, you couldn't. You could never be your authentic self. You always had to adhere to expectations.
Yeah, and it goes back to the remote views I've done on William, where he said he drinks because he is trapped, and my wife drinks because we are trapped.
I remember.
Yes, Queen Charlotte is buried in the Royal Vault at St. George.
Yes,
I thought we saw her.
We did. No, I remember you pointing her out to me. No.
Yeah, and is George III also buried there?
That's a good question. I don't know.
They were soulmates. They better be buried together.
Wouldn't surprise me if he's in Westminster, but it's a good thing about this. We can just look it up real quick on the iPhone here.
Yeah, but we did see Charlotte and her daughter, Mary, who died in childbirth. That was one of the first tombs we saw.
Yes.
So I hope George III is with his beloved.
I hope so too.
His beloved wife. But I really felt the main thing I took away is that they were kind of they're together. He's also with her. The vault in St. George's Chapel, Windsor. Yeah, so they are. Thank God they're together. But I couldn't help. I just felt like everyone, they were laid to rest, and I felt like their entire lives they were in this kind of gilded. You felt the energy of people who were in a gilded cage.
It's not a happy life.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever be truly happy.
No,
because everybody's obsessed with you, and you're literally living in a fishbowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember Eleanor Roosevelt even said that about her own self when she was first lady. She described it, she used to write a column called My Day. And she said, when you're a fish in a bowl, you're trapped in the bowl, of course, your surroundings are limited, but everybody can look at you in the bowl. You're constantly being watched and observed. You never have privacy.
Mm-hmm. What were your impressions when you got there? Did you feel anything energetically? My main thing was, my God, everyone here is in hell. It was like their lives were hell in some capacity. By being a royal, in a way, it wasn't all great. In many ways, it was really pretty horrible. And the reason it was so horrible was because everybody was trapped. And because they were trapped, they were never going to be free.
Well,
and they were living their entire lives as trapped
It's
people.
a sad thing when you can never be your authentic self, except perhaps in rare moments of privacy with the family.
Well, that's what John Goodman said about being famous after he used to be a character actor that nobody knew. He could go, John Goodman. And then Roseanne hit and he became the most famous dad in the world.
Sure, that show was #1 for several years.
But he said, I really miss just being a regular
Well,
person.
I had a friend
He
who
wound up in his own
I have
fishbowl.
a friend who encountered him once in a restaurant. She was a big fan of Roseanne, and she did something she probably should not have done. She went up to his table while he was eating. And you and I both know from celebrity etiquette, you don't do things like that. She went up to his table, but she was like, put her hand on his and said, excuse me, but I just love Roseanne. And he was not nice to her. But I think he was just annoyed. He was being bothered when he just wanted to have a private breakfast, perhaps with his friends or family.
Mm-hmm. And we discovered something else.
Oh, yes.
We discovered that fish and chips is being surpassed by sales of
chicken and chips.
chicken and chips.
Yeah.
And we saw the sale was about 50-50 or even less on the more people were ordering the chicken and chips than the fish and chips.
Yeah.
And this is across the street from Windsor. And I have to say, those were the largest
drumsticks I've ever had.
Yeah, and
of course, they had a lot of batter on them. You guys get to watch me eat.
That doesn't look like fish and chips.
No, it is chicken and chips. We decided to shake things up a little bit.
Now, I've heard rumors that the chicken is surpassing the fish in sales, so we absolutely had to see if it was true.
It is phenomenal. I've just had my first bite.
I think it was the best fried chicken I've had outside the country.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I think I took one bite and I was very impressed. It's kind of interesting that more people are buying chicken and chips than fish lately.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Why do you think that's going on? You think fish prices are going up? Or?
I'm not sure what this is. We should check into it. But I like this combination, I think, better.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
And the chips.
Those chips, I love those British chips.
Yes.
Everybody orders the same chips, though. Like no matter where you're eating, you're going to be able to get those British chips, which are really, really quite delicious.
Yeah, I don't know what they do to make them different from just regular French fries.
I think that those were Yukon Gold, and Yukon Gold has a better flavor than a russet. So they look to me golden. So I'm thinking that we were eating.
Well,
that was some of the best fried chicken I've
you're
ever
reminding
had.
me.
That was very good.
Often will say they just find the food is better in Europe. Like, like the wheat is better, vegetables are better. The definite difference.
Mm-hmm.
And you were telling me something about wheat. It's different because I have a niece who's very allergic to wheat, American wheat. She came to Spain last year and to her delight found she had no problem with allergies, eating breads because of wheat.
Yeah.
She was so impressed that she bought like a huge bag of flour to take home with her.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, we have what's called the hearty Russian wheat, red Russian wheat, which is has a higher score in allergens than the lighter wheat that comes out of like Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not eating the same bread in the United States.
No.
Also, glycophosphate spraying, which has been banned in many parts of Europe, they say can really mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can't wash it off, the glycophosphate sprays.
Yeah, I'm sure it just penetrates into the plant.
Yeah, well, if it's killing the microbes, what is it? If it's killing everything, including the microbes, what's it doing to the flora of your gut?
Oh, that is,
think like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it.
We're going to say goodbye? I don't know. We had such an eventful day today.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that the kiddies want to see.
I don't know. Do we have anything else on there?
We might.
I know. I was surprised how quickly I got over jet lag. I just have this method I've always used when I come to Europe. I just try to stay up as late as I can, as close to a normal bedtime, go to bed, wake up the next morning, and I'm all set.
Is the tea, okay, that was another question we got.
Yeah.
Is the tea different?
People
had asked about the food, and then another question we had was, do the difference in the tea?
I know that the tea in the hotel and the tea we had today, both exceptionally good. I don't know how to answer that. I guess we have to drink a lot more tea. We'll have to do research.
Right.
And we still have to do our high tea.
Okay. So we did partake, as you know, Shecky Poo. We did take ourselves out for tea. And that I think was kind of the goal, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was to see if Chuck and I decided that we would take ourselves to tea and then we would review whether or not it met the standards of.
Oh, but we'll have to go on a journey to
What are you
different
doing, John?
tea spots.
We are having a spot of
You look so
tea.
English there.
Do
He
I?
said he was going to give us a pot of tea. I thought it was going to be Wedgwood.
You look pretty
Instead,
tired.
Well, yes,
stainless steel
Yes,
things.
they hold the heat better, I think.
Yes, they
that
are.
was toward the end of the day.
Yeah, but
Before we headed back, I
We
was
saw
getting tired.
Windsor Castle today. And tell everybody what we saw today.
we walked past Queen Elizabeth's gravesite.
Yes, we did. We paid
Where
homage
she's
to the
interred.
Queen.
You only got to stop for 2 to 3 seconds.
We
Yeah.
saw the lawn where Princess Diana and Charles posed with the kids.
With her kids,
I was
yes.
surprised at how small it was.
You were, yeah.
But it's not a big. It was not a big spot.
Not too big at all, but the cameraman gave the illusion that it was larger than it actually
Yes,
was.
it's a clump of grass that's outside the
The chapel.
St. George's Cathedral.
The
Yeah.
cathedral. Okay, it's chapel, so the correct word.
But there were some nice flowers in the background. That's
Very
probably
good.
why they chose it.
Oh, the grounds were immaculate. Very beautiful. What else would they be? Beautiful.
Yeah. So we can always come back again. Our tickets are good for 1 year, so we have to save them. So we make.
Who's going to come back next year?
Well, no, we can come back again before we leave. Also, if you want to see the dolls, we can see Culinary.
Mary's
That
dolls,
was the one thing we missed.
The line was too long. And
We saw everything else though.
Pretty much everything else. And even the village here is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I would have been content just walking around this exquisite village.
Yes, here is our teapot. And, yeah, we're having a good time.
We're having a fabulous time.
So as you can see, we have survived.
Day one.
No vestibular migraine. So
Yes, isn't that
that was
wonderful?
the other thing.
That is the
I've
best
got
news
the
of all.
patch on the back of my ear. I was diagnosed with it was the correct diagnosis. I was worried it was something else. They were like, nope,
Yeah.
you just got you got yourself some vestibular migraine, little girl.
That means this lady can travel the world
I can
again.
travel the world again. I'm free because I
Yes.
have the patch.
You have the patch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's a little patch that if you get nauseous or you're struggling with any of that altitude sickness or any of that stuff, it's very, very common problem. And there's just a little patch. They're not expensive. You put it into the back of your ear and it takes care of the problem with the
Yes.
inner ear. That and stay hydrated
Mhm.
and bump yourself up to first class.
Oh, yes. When I landed, you landed just a little bit after me.
Mhm.
And I went through one terminal and it was very easy this time. I haven't been here 17 years. So I was amazed how it's all automated. There's a machine, they take a picture of your face, a scan probably, and then they scan your passport and then you're free to go. And so I was done and I just had this assumption she was going to land in the same place. So I was just there waiting to wave. Woohoo, Whimsy, I'm here. No, turned out I was in Terminal 3, you were in Terminal 5. And they told me that I was going to have to take a train to get to Terminal 5. And then we had to find each other. So I was worried you were going to be all tired and stressed out. No, you were just mellow and happy. Look at you in first class, sitting there like the queen.
Yeah, they asked me if I would place a bid for first to be bumped up. I guess they had a lot of seats on the flight.
Uh-huh.
And I bid $1,300 for the seats, and I thought I'm not going to get that seat for $1,300. Congratulations, you
Yeah.
got selected. I was like so confident they were not going to give me that seat for $1,300.
Well, you got it. You deserved it.
And let me tell you, once you go first class, it's like, what the hell have I been doing with
Well,
myself?
tell me about first class.
Well,
because-
there's my breakfast as the sun is coming up.
Oh,
And
my.
they'll
Fresh-
make you whatever you want. And I said, well, I'd like just some
I'd like eggs
yogurt,
Benedict.
fruit. You could have it, but it was a large menu, but I chose yogurt, fruit, and a muffin and hot coffee.
Do they actually have a chef on the plane?
Well, they have a menu and you select from
I
the
see.
menu and you can see that Dr. Whimsy is a happy girl there. Because I've never flown first class. And
I've
this
never
was,
done it.
you don't know if you're going to die tomorrow. And I had taken money out of my retirement for this trip.
Oh,
I did. I took, well, we won't talk about how much I took out, but it was like, you know what? I could die tomorrow. I'm doing it. I'm
Mhm.
doing it. I want to know
yeah.
I want to know what it feels like as the song goes.
Yes. Well, now you have spoiled yourself for life. You
Well,
will
now I'm going to have to bid 1,300 coming back. I don't know if I'll ever be lucky like that again because that's a $12,000 seat.
Yeah, $12,000.
Yeah, I was looking at prices round trip,
That's
British first
crazy.
class, and it was starting at 12,500.
Oh my gosh, I would never do that, even if I could afford it.
So to bid 1,300 and I guess nobody bid higher than me because I don't know why,
Yeah.
but for whatever reason that seat belonged to me.
Well,
Look at how happy I was.
yeah.
And I talk about happy. And by the way, no jet lag because I was out like a light. I slept a good solid 4.5 hours on the plane.
Yeah, you told me. Well, let me ask you, now that you've done this, if this had been $12,000 and you could have afforded it, would it still have been worth it to you?
No, I
No.
don't think that the experience is worth
That's
it.
what I was wondering.
But I was so worried about neck pain triggering a vestibular migraine. I was so traumatized. I took a trip to Colombia and I had altitude sickness and I had a vestibular migraine. I almost had to go to the hospital.
It
So
was very bad.
I wanted to make sure that never happened again. And so I thought, they won't accept 1,300 because to sit in those chairs, my neck, it doesn't work. So
Yeah.
I think I will bid again
Yeah.
if I'm offered a bid going
Yeah.
back to the States.
And you found even a neck pillow didn't help
It
you.
didn't do a thing for me.
Well, then it may be a justifiable necessity for you
Yeah.
to fly first class from now on.
Well, I'm just going to have to keep
Just-
putting those
Just
bids
gonna have to
up.
put up with it,
Only for long distance flights.
deal with it. Well, that's where it's really justifiable, I guess. This was close to 11 hours,
Mhm.
but it was pretty pleasant. Coach, it went by faster
You
than
said you couldn't sleep a drop.
Well, I've never been able to sleep on planes, ever.
So what'd you do? Watch movies?
I did some reading and watched some TV shows and movies.
Oh,
And then I'm also good just sitting and meditating. And I did a little spirit writing.
very nice. Who
Yeah.
did you speak with?
Well, I haven't finished writing it yet, but I had Elizabeth Taylor and Lucille Ball speak to me on the plane.
Did they talk about where? I bet. Well, I would imagine Elizabeth Taylor would be very excited since Elizabeth Taylor is British.
Mm-hmm.
Did she
She
say
went-
anything about
She
your
didn't
trip?
say anything about that. It was just some
interesting.
general things, but I did that. I feel compelled. I brought my iPad, my little tiny little keyboard with me, and I typed away on my table, and the food was good. It was nice to be served a meal on a plane instead of a little bag of pretzels.
What did you have?
It was some sort of chicken dish with vegetables. It was quite good, and I'm just trying to think. There was
What'd you have for breakfast?
What did I have for breakfast? That was disappointing. They served breakfast about an hour before the plane landed, and it wasn't anything fancy. It was protein bar, granola, and yogurt, and a little cookie, and then you had your choice of a beverage. But they ran out of yogurt, so I had to sit there watching the other people eating their yogurt. And I was starving
I ate
hungry.
his yogurt. Oh, I was on.
You ate my yogurt.
I was on a different plane. Never mind.
Yeah, but I just assumed they would allot enough food for each passenger. I said, we're not supposed to say stewardess, we're supposed to say flight attendant, right? But I just said, excuse me, ma'am, is there any yogurt? I see these other people. I'm so sorry, sir, we ran out. And I'm like, bummer.
Where were you seating?
I was
In the
toward the back of the plane.
Oh yeah,
That's why.
yeah. I tend to.
You were
prefer-
up in first class. I was in the back of the plane, but it was
Well, we
okay.
were
It was
flying-
comfortable.
you were flying American.
American, it was British Airways, but operated by American.
Oh, it was British Airways.
But it was operated by
Oh.
Americans. So it was a little confusing. I don't know which plane it was, but it was comfortable. I had plenty of leg room. Like I said, it was nice to be served a meal instead of a little bag of pretzels or peanuts. I've been on flights where they give you a little 6-ounce can of Coke and a little bag of pretzels, and that's it. And I'm talking for like a cross-country flight.
So as we close, of course, we want you to tell us where you want us to go.
Yeah.
We're thinking about Cardiff and seeing Wales. We're
Mhm.
thinking about the Lake District, and Chuck wants to go to Rome.
I
so
want to go to
bad,
Rome.
but I don't want to go to Rome
I
with him.
know.
So he can help him be comfortable going to Rome by himself.
I've traveled to European cities. I'm sure I'll be fine. I just wanted you to come and we could share the experience. And
Are you coming to the when did you, I think we're gonna have to work it out. I don't
We
even
still
know
have to work out the logistics, how we're going to do this.
Yeah, because we're headed on the 26th to probably, I would think, Cardiff.
Mhm. And
then from the 26th to the 28th, we'll be at Cardiff. And then we take the train to Manchester.
yeah,
We could drop you off in London.
yeah, that's a possibility. We have to figure out. And I certainly want to make it as uncomplicated as possible for you. And I don't mind going by myself, but it's just I was hoping you would come
Well, either
along.
that or we skip the Lake District.
Yeah, and I know you want to see that very much. So I don't know. It's help us decide.
I've been to Rome
I've never been.
twice.
I've never been. I've been to Venice, but that was like 37 years ago, and I've never been to Rome. I hear it's
He
magical.
wants to see the Sistine Chapel.
Well, yeah.
And have a mystical conversation with Michelangelo.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that
It'd be
actually.
interesting for you to remote view him.
Actually, it would be.
I wonder what he would say to you.
I don't know.
Do you know he painted the Sistine
Yeah, on his
Chapel
back.
and he went blind. The paint got into his eyes.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
he almost lost his vision.
I didn't know that. I know that he was on a very high scaffolding, and he had to be on his back, and I forget how long it took.
He almost got fired, didn't he? There was some controversy.
I think there may have been. I think I do recall that.
Yeah, there was controversy and people, and it took 13 years, right?
It took years. I know that. I don't know the specifics.
How do they protect the Sistine Chapel from
That's a good question.
if I go with him to the Vatican, it'll be my third time at the Vatican. You
Oh.
would think I was Catholic by now. Of course, everybody loves the new
Nobody
Pope.
would mistake you for Catholic.
People say, "Well, you don't really look Jewish," and this they start talking. They're like, "Oh yeah, she's 100% though."
Oh,
Yeah.
see, my dilemma is I want her to be happy and do what she wants to do. But
Well,
yeah,
I want to see the Cotswolds. I want to see
Yeah.
Cardiff. I want to see the magical fairy people.
but this is, for me, it's my first time in Europe in 17 years. And I've always loved continental Europe. And I haven't been to Italy since 1989 and never to Rome.
Well, we could
Help.
skip Cardiff, go to the Lake District, and then fly to and from Manchester.
Yeah, except I want you to skip
Then I
Cardiff.
wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
see the land of
That's
my
what you really want
forefathers.
to do. Oh,
Yes.
we got a dilemma here, folks.
We got a dilemma. I told him to go by himself. I mean,
I'll go by myself.
It's an all expense paid trip as
I
long
mean-
as long as you do lots of B-roll for us.
Oh,
to edit.
it's
tax
going to be a
good.
working trip. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
this has been working and fun, but we
Yeah,
are
but I'm having
shooting so
fun.
that you guys can see where we're going.
She was saying to me, I'm sorry we have to work on this trip. And I'm saying, no, I love being able to tell my friends, oh, I'm going to Europe to work. This is a working trip. I'm actually having fun with that.
He's eating very well.
Oh,
Tell
I'm
them what
eating
we, tell
way
them what
too
we had for
much.
dinner tonight. What do we have?
I'm going to be fat in 2 weeks, but tonight we had
Homemade
exquisite,
lasagna.
handcrafted,
It was yeah, it was a real
handcrafted
deal.
lasagna and a wonderful
Can
salad.
you not believe the restaurant we have in our hotel?
It is, you said it's award winning.
Yeah, it's operated award-winning restaurant.
And I was so impressed with just the breakfast buffet
And
this morning.
hotel was 120 a night for 2 rooms. We got a discount because
Unreal.
of flights.
Unreal. It's a nice room, but the restaurant is, I'm sure people come here to the hotel just for the restaurant.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I was so impressed with the breakfast buffet. It's
a
so many
full-on-
wonderful
it's the
things
same
to
one
choose from.
Thing is we're at a budget hotel that's famous for its restaurant. And I got to tell you, I think this is the best find we've ever had.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it was about a year ago, my sister and I met together in Arizona. I forget the name of the place, but it's where London Bridge is now. And we were staying at a little budget hotel and of course had a breakfast included. Well, that breakfast was granola, a little plastic thing of yogurt, and you had a choice of a banana or an apple. So I thought maybe it was going to be like that here,
Oh, they had bangers. They had.
Stay away from the bang.
I don't eat pork usually.
I don't either. I told you not to be too graphic, but bangers are basically laxative. Those things go straight through you.
So they had
All the grease they're fried
They
in.
had bangers. They had tomato and mushrooms.
Mhm. They did.
It was a
They
classic
had
English
brie
breakfast. Brie
cheese.
cheese a roll was there.
They had cappuccinos, espresso.
I couldn't believe the quality of the food.
I had 2
Uh,
helpings.
Mixed fruit bowl,
Yes.
yogurt,
Oh, yes, for our digestion.
juice, French bread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And mixed, I didn't get any salad. I didn't want salad.
Oh, please, all those greens and vegetables, please.
Yeah, so it was good.
Being very facetious.
All right, so we're going to close now. Thank
Are
you,
we closing?
everyone, for
Thank
your
you.
love and support of the Oracle
It's
of
very
Whimsy and
appreciated.
Chuck Dransford. Thank you so much for your donations
We're
to cover
very
the
grateful
cost
to
of the
you.
trip.
It means a
We
lot
are
to us.
eating our way through the donations.
We literally
True.
are eating.
It's true. You donated, and we are spending it.
You'll see lots of videos of us
Of
eating
food.
over the coming days. We gotta,
Yeah, we raised
Sorry.
$250 for food, and
and we had
actually
fun.
more than that. We raised more because the next day, that Sunday, we got 100 from Joel.
Yeah, I know, Joel. If you're watching this, I haven't had a chance to thank you for that. That was so kind
And
of
Colleen donated.
Colleen,
a lot
thank
of
you.
people donated.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
We're heartfelt
and,
grateful to everyone.
So we have a really good food budget. We have, like $400
Well,
because we were going to put it towards food.
we're just gonna have to keep eating now, are
we
we?
just gonna have to keep chomping away. But we tried the fried chicken. Now we have to try the fish and chips.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
That's at Waterloo Station.
It's
The
all-
place you're talking about is at
Mhm.
Waterloo.
It's research. Just like we have to research all these teas. for
He's a
people.
great person he's a great travel buddy. We get along really well. So
We do.
it's been
We've
a
actually
very
been-
peaceful trip.
We've been very much in sync with each other in agreement, except for what we're going to do about Italy and
Well, I want to
Cardiff.
see the Vatican again. It'll
I
be the third
know.
time. So
Oh,
I know I can.
I can light a candle for you.
Well, yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this.
I don't know. Give us some input. Give us some
Yeah.
suggestions.
All right. Be kind
Bye.
to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. And thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right.
We're grateful.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.